excuse me before I even got a word out. Double excuse me. Hey guys, hey, how you guys are doing? Is you guys are doing? Because me and Spider-Man, we're doing. I'm never gonna get tired of that. Like, until I leave this damn room. Look, it's got fucking dinosaurs over there too. God have mercy. But this is a 7-year-old room, so I don't know what the fuck I expect. So I'm staying in TJ's room. He's staying, you know, in his brother's room. They got one of them big ass, like, cool beds where one goes this way and the other one's like a normal, like, bed meets. Sometimes I don't believe the shit that comes out of my mouth. It's like a normal bed like this one, like where you just, like I want to say human bed, but I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me. Well, I do, and I'll get to that in a minute. Focus. Fucking focus, Nirvana. Anyway, so it's like a normal adult bed, and then they have the one that like goes over top. So he sleeps in there with his brother, and his brother's only 13, so it's not even that big of a deal. Anyway, so I thought you guys would like to see Saki lovin'. I got this Saki in my lovin'. I know, she's so dark, it's hard for anybody to see her. You just... she's so pitch black, especially in the face. So it's hard to, like... Can we just put your head up for a minute? There we go. You can see her a little bit better here. Am I aggravating you? Was you sleeping? I'm aggravating you now. This is Saki. Saki is... oh, hell's bells. Licking my arm. Yes, I love you too. Thank you for the kisses. Saki will be 11 this year. She just had a vet appointment. I hope my hand is not on the damn speaker. She just had a vet appointment like last month, and her shit is perfect. So all her blood levels, her everything, urinalysis, everything, even her bones, and like everything looks great and fantastic, and I'm so happy. I have the Banfield Wellness Plan, which means that I can take her in anytime if something's wrong, and even though they are super fucking expensive for some things they're really not, which means that I get to see her seen more often than you would if you went to a normal vet, because a normal vet would charge you $150 for just a visit to see them, where Banfield does a lot of, like, I get free vaccines, I'm obviously not sponsored by Banfield, fuck, I wish, but, like, you get, like, free x-rays, you get, so I pay for both dogs about $110 a month, so I have 2 dogs. Now, one broke her jaw, so without insurance, I would have never been able to pay for that. Without insurance, Yuki I would have had to put her down, and that would have, we can't talk about that. So anyway, before I lose my complete shit here on the channel, Banfield has been a blessing for us, because I'm able to take them in no matter what. They can always fit them in. There's a bajillion of Banfield, so if the one I normally go to is, you know, not available, I can always call another one and get them in, and they'll just transfer the records over there. So it's never, I never feel like I'm not going to have a Banfield to go to, and they're open till like 7:30. So, well, I think they're open till like 6:30, but you can still pick up your animal after like 7:30. I think, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I've picked up Saki or Yuki after like surgery or something, like 7 or some shit. But anyway, I don't know what the hell I was talking about. I think I was just showing you the damn dog. You got Evelyn over here in the background on the thing. But yeah. So we got that one, and then I'm going to pick this one back up. One-handed. Oh, hi. Hi. Was you sleeping? Hi. Was you napping? With the mama's puppy? See, she can put her tongue in her mouth. She can. It's just normally she doesn't. So, at the moment, she's got her tongue in her mouth, but you can still see that side of her mouth is droopy, where she doesn't have the bottom part of her jaw. Mama loves you. If you are new to my channel, I say welcome. I do videos whenever I feel like it. And it could be every day, or it could be once a month. It's whenever my brain meets allow it. But if you've survived this long, you probably like me a little bit. And then so this is a Pekingese. These are both Pekingeses. They pretty much sleep 24 hours a day. And they're little heaters, so they're burning me up. Whew, Lord Jesus. They're burning me up. Saki's still in my lap. Over here. We got Lapanese. So I had a reason to come on here, and I squirreled. Oh, people were asking me about my hair. I haven't re-dyed it. This is the same. I told you guys, my hair takes red really fucking well, and I wash the shit out of it. So red, and like any kind of red, my hair just soaks up red. So eventually I'll put some kind of refresher on it, but right now it's fine for me. I do have my polka dot glasses. I got a new prescription while I was over in Korea, and like I had them put the new lenses in those glasses. I don't like them because they seem to hurt this eye, which is the one that they changed. So I'm not sure if I'm just not used to it or what, but I want to get my eyes checked again before I wear those, and it like fuck up my eyesight. So that's why I haven't been wearing those at all. You know, those are my favorites. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with them. I'm partial to these at the moment because I think they look good, and they're polka dotted. You just might not be able to tell. Can you tell that they're polka dotted? Now I'm blind as shit. Okay, so they are polka. Yeah, I think you guys can tell. Whatever. And they're rainbowed, so that's down my alley. Saturday I go and check out the drawing for our tattoo. I'm really super excited about it. I still have not decided whether or not I'm gonna show it. I want to because it's so fucking cool. But I don't know. It's such a hard and weird fucking thing for me to even think about. Like, people copy my glasses all the time, but they're glasses. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people want to know where I get my shirts from, where I get my jewelry from, or, you know, what hair color I have. But those are like, they're just things. Like, there's bullshit things that, you know, anybody can go and get. There's bullshit. Like, what the hell do I care if whether or not you get a pair of glasses like that? I don't give a shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but a tattoo is completely different. That's on my body. Like, that's part of my skin meats. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I sat through 3 or 4 hours of somebody like scraping the shit out of my skin to have something, a piece of art that means something very deep for me. And then for somebody else to take that, it's completely different in my eyes, to where somebody's like, oh, where'd you get your shirt? I like your shirt. I'd like to have one of them shirts. Okay, yeah, it was a LuLaRoe shirt. Well, actually, I think, I don't know what these are called. It's one of them big long ones you can do a whole bunch of shit with, but I only wear it as a house dress. Like, I don't know, like one of them damn shirt Lulu's, or I don't follow LuLaRoe, so I don't know what the hell they actually have. But one of my friends sends me these. This is like my third one. I have like one that I wore to death, and then Evelyn made me throw it away finally because it had holes in it. It was the the blue with the flowers on it. I wore that damn thing to death. And then I have this one, and I have a pink one that she just sent me when I was in Korea. And I've been, as you could tell, I wear them quite a lot because I like house dresses. Oh, the whole damn reason I got on here. So, funny. Okay, Saki, you have to get off my lap. Lord Jesus, it's burning up. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. But you guys are killing me, and it's burning me up. I can't stand it. Okay, so, Yuki's like, the hell? Yeah, it's burning me up. I can't stand it. It's too hot. Lay down. Alright, anyway. I have reactive hypoglycemia, which is a gigantic pain in my ass. So, for people who don't know that you can get hypoglycemia after having weight loss surgery, yes you can. Because of my distal bypass and how much of my small intestine is bypassed, I have to eat a lot of calories to keep my weight up. I have to eat. If I actually showed you guys like what I eat in a day and like the sheer amount of protein that I put in per day and the amount of water, you'd be like, so here's a story for you. So I go to this buffet with my mother, okay, and Janet and two of my mother's friends. So my mother and Janet have a typical like pouch and sleeve where they can only put in a certain amount of food. Now, if you've been on my channel like half a minute, you know that my story is a little different. So I don't have any restriction whatsoever, and I haven't since I had my gallbladder taken out. I have what's called rapid dumping syndrome. So the minute food hits my stomach, it immediately expels it into my intestines. I also have like really sluggish, like ridiculous digestion and a crappy metabolism. So that's why we decided to go for something a little more evasive, but we also didn't know that I only had 10% of my small intestine bypassed instead of 30. We found that out during my distal. So even though I could have went with the normal gastric bypass and just had him, reroute me another 20%, he decided to go ahead and go full distal because this way I would be able to work out, I would be able to eat, and not have to worry about gaining weight. Well, that is correct. So I cannot really gain weight. It's such a pain in the ass because like trying to explain it to somebody. Let me get back to, because I squirreled for a second. There's so much to talk about and I haven't talked about it, but I need to talk about it, but I haven't because it's just been a pain in my ass. And I hate Judgy McJudgerson being on my shit, but you know what? Fuck 'em. This is my channel. I do what I want, and you don't gotta like me. You can leave by. So I go to this damn restaurant with my mom and Janet, and like I said, they have typical. I can eat a tiny, about 4 to 5 ounces worth of food. I walk up to the buffet, and what I grab is a big thing of arugula. They have like an arugula salad, so it's got arugula, and it had like a small vinaigrette kind of, I think like a raspberry vinaigrette, and it had cranberries in it, and it had, I don't think it had any cheese. I think it was just straight arugula and like some cranberries and some nuts. So I grabbed a big, poop of that because I like greens. I don't digest them, but I really like them. So again, I have the greens, and then I saw that they had brisket. Excuse me. Well, I saw that they had salmon, they had fried chicken, and they had brisket. So I put a piece of fried chicken on the thing. The salmon did not look like something I wanted to eat, but they had brisket. So I loaded up probably, I want to say maybe about 4 to 5 ounces of brisket. So, and I got 1 dinner roll. I'm being honest with you guys because this is just why I lie about it. So my plate is about double. Well, it's hard for me to say double. My plate is probably, like I said, about 5 ounces worth of meat. And, you know, like a good healthy half cup of greens if you, no, about 1/4 of a cup of greens if you actually mulched it down, or maybe 1/8 of a cup. I don't really mulch and spit it into a cup, so I don't fucking know. And then like a dinner roll. So I pull apart the inside of a dinner roll, and like I'll eat the crust because obviously I like carbs. So I managed to eat all of that. Okay, that wasn't the issue. It was the fact that I could go back and get more brisket. So I got back up, and on my second round, I did the same thing. I went back and I got the exact same plate with the exact same amount of food. And now, mind you, we had not eaten all day, and it's like 7 o'clock in the evening. We had, I had a sausage, an egg, and cheese from Dunkin' Donuts and a coffee. Now, nothing with that, just the sausage, egg, and cheese. And then Janet had half of hers because she's got a tiny tummy, so I ate the other half of hers. So I guess 1.5 sausage, eggs, and cheese. And then, you know, a half cup of coffee. So while we were at the thing, I was telling you, because I have hypoglycemia, I have to constantly like have little like protein bars. So I'd had like a protein bar, and then later on I had like half a protein bar, and later on after that, because you know I'm walking like 18,000 steps, 16,000 steps, 15,000 steps, standing on, you know, my damn head trying to get on these rides and just like walk around and do stuff. And it's hot. So much to tell you guys, so little time in these videos. So much squirrel. So again, like I said, so all in all, I probably had, I want to say probably 8 to 9 ounces of just meat, just straight up a day. I mean, I didn't eat the fried chicken, I didn't like it, of that by itself. Then I went and had, you know, they have a dessert bar. So I picked up one, everything's like meow. So I went and picked up, you know, like a little piece of cheesecake. It was about the square cheesecake one. I know, stomach, shut up. They had like the mini cupcakes, and then they had this fucking bread pudding that looked amazing. And then they had little brownies and I just, you know, so I got like a little spoon of, you know, just the little bread pudding, and it was fucking amazing. Like all the other stuff, I was like, but this bread pudding was amazing. So comparative to what everybody else can eat, compared to what I have to eat, I have to have protein. Like I have to eat a large amount of protein. Did I need the bread pudding? No. Did I want it? Yes. Did I eat it? Hell yeah, I did. Did I eat an entire plate full? No. No. And even if I did, it ain't nobody else's damn business what I do with my food. Thank you kindly. But I ate a ridiculous amount of protein, and I was able to drink 2 gigantic glasses of water, because that's what I have to do in order to survive. So I'm constantly eating protein. I'm constantly shoving in fucking protein and drinking water. So with the hypoglycemia, it's my sugar that bottoms out, and to get my sugar to rise again, I have to eat. But I have to eat something with fucking sugar in it in order to stabilize, in order just to get it up to where I can kind of, you know, go back to eating whatever, you know, I was going to eat. Like it's 9 times out of 10, it's salami and cheese. And like I'll hork down some orange juice, or I'll grab, one of my little protein coffees, or 9 times out of 10, it's a protein bar. It's one of the Power Crunch protein bars, which I believe, hold on, it's, do I have my purse? I do. In the purse, it's these. So I keep these at all times on me, because I get so fucking sick all the time. So this has 14 grams of protein, 5 sugar, and it's got 7 carbs. This is 115 calories. I only absorb 20% of what I put in my mouth. 20%. So even though it's got 14 grams of sugar, 14 grams of protein, I only get 20% of that. 114, 200 calories. I was looking at the fat, calories from fat. 200 calories. I only get 20% of that. 20% of it, not 20% off, like just 20%. The carbs, 20% of 7. Do you see my problem here? Do you see why I have to do what I do? Because a lot of people are like, well, I understand, but well, you ain't living my life. I got the sass. I told you I got enough sass for everybody. I got don't just make me give you the crazy eyes, because I'm not gonna put up with that shit this time. I ain't gonna put up with nobody being nasty to me, because I'll eat your face. I'm hungry and I don't feel good. And have that shit for breakfast, dinner, and lunch too. Don't you fuck with me. Anyway, I like the French vanilla one, French vanilla cream. 20% of what I put in my body. So from the brisket and everything that I put in there, I got 20% digested. That's what I should put. So digested, that's what I get. So when I'm trying to talk about the hypoglycemia, it's because no matter what I'm putting in, I'm not getting it all. I'm not able to get all of the nutrition from my food, which is why I have to take so many vitamins and why I have to take so much psych meds, because I'm only absorbing about 20% of what I put in. So I'm having to stab my fingers all the time when I start feeling shitty. Like, I'm starting to feel shitty. Like, can you see my eyes? I'm like starting to feel crappy, and then I start like stumbling over my words, and like I start feeling really tired, and then like I start getting shaky, and I don't feel good, and then I'm like, oh yeah, well, it's time for me to eat again. So I eat about every 1.5 to 2 hours. It's a gigantic noticeable difference if I do not eat. And the gym, I have to eat right before it, and I have to eat right after it. Like, there's no like, oh, I can go 3 or 4 hours without it. No. That doesn't happen anymore. That's not a possibility for me. It has gotten to the point to where I have to eat directly right before and directly right after. And sometimes, depending on what I'm doing or how long I'm staying, I'll have to eat in between, because I'll get sick. So, you know, people lately have been coming and asking me about the revision. And it's not that I'm not like 100% behind, like, hell yeah, get your revision. But there are some people who get the revision that it doesn't work, number one. So there are some people who get revisions from a sleeve to a gastric bypass, or a sleeve to do a DS, or an RNY to a DS, or an RY to, you know, fucking distal, and they don't work. There's some people like me where it does work, and then you have complications. Like I said, you know, the ridiculous amount of vitamins I have to take, the amount of food I have to intake, the, you know, the constant sugar drop. You know, this is just stuff I'm going to have to live with for the rest of my life. It's not a bad thing for me. Do I mind being able to eat more food? Sometimes am I annoyed by it? Yeah, sometimes I'm fucking annoyed that I have to stop, drop, and eat. But all in all, do I look like it really bothers my ass if I could have a little bit more food? But on the other hand, do I like stabbing my fingers several times a day? No, I don't. Do I like having to have 17 vials of blood taken, you know, every 3 months to make sure I ain't gonna die? No. Do I like taking 20 pills a day? No, I don't. But do I like being 230 pounds? Fuck yes, I do. Do I like being able to work out in any way, shape, or form I feel like? Hell yes, I do. Do I like being able to wear size large to a medium when I feel like it? Yes, I do. So there are definite perks to having what I've had done, and there are definite non-perks to having what I've done. Also, some of you asked me the other day on Facebook why my hair isn't curly. It's because I've let it grow out. I've let it grow. See, I'm starting to which means I need to fucking eat. When I let it grow out, it gets too heavy and then it won't curl. So I have to get my hair cut. I haven't had my hair cut since Korea, like the middle of like a month and a half into Korea. So it's time for a trim, and then once it trims, do you see what I'm talking about? Like, do you see the once it trims? The fuck does that mean? Once I get it trimmed, it will go back to being curly again. But if I leave it long and don't touch it, it'll go straight and poofy, which I don't particularly care for. Anyway, I'm gonna get sick if I don't get off here. So I love you, beautiful, gorgeous, amazing faces. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day, no matter where the hell you happen to be in the world. I think I said everything I was supposed to. If not, I'll make another video later, maybe. Not today, obviously, but like at another time. So I gotta go. Bye.